Hi, this is Mike Sweeney from Saber Coaching. I want to provide an overview of the Leadership Edge program. I am a leader practitioner. I've been a young lieutenant, a manufacturing team leader, all the way up to the C-level and everything in between. And some folks have asked some questions about the program, so I want to spell it out for you. It starts really with this concept of the edge. You've heard people talk about getting an edge on the competition or having a leg up or an edge. And I think really the idea is providing people the opportunity to bring out their best. And from a leadership development standpoint, I think leadership is a craft that you need to master over time. And it's my job to help bring some of the inspiration and expertise to help you discover your edge and see how great you can be. So the program is a 10-week program, really 8 weeks of core content. We'll have a kickoff and a closeout celebration. But it starts with the leadership is who you are, the be and mindset section of the course. We'll get clear on your values and come up with a purpose statement that you have that through a few exercises that you'll walk away with more clarity to how you make choices, what you value, and put those in order. And then what are you really here to do, especially as a leader? Sometimes people are thinking about becoming a leader because they get more money. Well, certainly you do, but what's the drive? What's calling you? So for me, it might be inspiring other leaders. For you, it might be something different. But what is it about leadership that is calling to you? We'll get into focus on a core voice inside you that helps guide what kind of a leader you're going to be. And then also we'll clarify your strength. Each person has maybe 4 to 6 unique and enduring strengths that they can build on, but what are they? How do you identify what they are and how do you bring them to bear when the time is right? And sometimes how do you hire people to do things that maybe aren't in your zone of strength? I think there's strengths, weaknesses, and career derailers. Make sure you're working on the derailers, hire around the weaknesses, and focus on your strength. Then we'll get into a little bit of the work that Carl Jung talks about with the shadow, some of the rougher sides of the way you show up as a leader, especially when maybe you're feeling overwhelmed or didn't get a great night's sleep, and how to manage those. And then we'll open what's called the Johari window, things that maybe you're aware of, or things that maybe other people are aware of that you don't notice. And we'll open up that window, we'll increase self-awareness and find ways to manage, especially those mindsets that might be limiting you and some of the saboteur voices that keep you from being productive. And then we'll boil all those together into a couple clear goals around what kind of a leader you are going to be. And then we'll use that to assess relationship health. That's the who you are section. And you'll walk away with a greater sense of what you're bringing into the room when you show up. Leaders are often the instrument. So all of your interactions are going to come from your strengths, your saboteurs, your values and purpose, and then the relationships that you have. And then we're going to take a break over the July 4th weekend or July 4th week. And we'll get into leadership is what you do. The critical topics are around time and meeting management. How do you use appropriate neuroscience to focus your day and make sure that you're getting the most out of your day? We'll do an energy and time audit. We will get into some of the things that are time wasters and scrolling and total screen time, and we'll hold each other accountable in that. And we'll share some tips around enhancing your meeting effectiveness, and we'll have the ability to focus on that piece. So make sure that time as a non-renewable resource, we really can lock that in. We'll use some of the training I've learned from the Blanchard Company around situational leadership. We'll approach style flexibility. When do you know to provide direction, provide support? We'll use the GROW model to give you some framework around how you're coaching and developing. And then there's a few other pieces from the coaching habit that we'll pull in to make sure that your ability to be more flexible and help grow the competence and competence of your employees is much higher. We'll focus on accountability and feedback. And I think this is really important because everybody defines accountability different. Everybody defines what a good job is. Everybody holds people accountable in different ways, but that gets into delegation. It gets into feedback. And there are some systems that you can use to really level that up. And then finally, we'll end with making sure that stakeholder management and network creation builds on the who you are, builds on some of the what you do, and make sure that you're creating the time to build that personal board of directors and use some of the super connector skills that come from the super connector book. The one thing I'll just say is within the flexibility and coaching, the accountability and feedback session, there is a teach back. Each person is going to have the opportunity to choose one deep dive topic. Could be change management, public speaking. We'll see what everyone comes up with, and those will be a 5-minute teach back for everyone. So we'll not only get these topics, but we'll learn from another 6 or 8 folks. And just the how you learn part, there'll be 90-minute weekly calls on Thursdays. There'll be optional pre-work that comes out in Teams. We'll have our own instance. I'll be available for Q&A all week. So if you've got questions that are coming up, I'm not going to be sitting chained to the keyboard for 24 hours, but I'll be responsive within a day or so. And your peers will be able to answer and share their best practices also. So I think people are going to get a lot of value just from being in that community. Every Friday, there'll just be a 5-minute reflection of what you took away from the Thursday session and what you plan to apply. I mentioned the personalized topic that everyone will be able to choose. I'll do some one-on-one laser coaching around that. Laser just meaning it's going to be 15-minute focused, give feedback. I'll shoot some videos to record to share some feedback on practice presentations. I'm shooting for a group of 8. There's a heavy initial discount, basically because it's a work in progress. I've done all these activities in different contexts and different leadership development programs, but I haven't put them together as Leadership Edge. So I'm heavily discounting the first program because I want some feedback, and it runs to August 8th. Just to give you a quick view of what's a typical week going to look like, I'll shoot out the pre-work on Monday on our topic. There'll be open Q&A Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully you're applying skills that week. We'll do the workshop Thursday, the Friday 5 reflection on Friday. And then just one example of the flexibility and coaching agenda. We'll do a group check-in. I'll assess current knowledge of the particular topic, because in some cases, if you know some of this topic, you can be a supporting guide in the community. I'll introduce the topics and concepts and models, get into coaching versus consulting versus mentorship versus therapy. And then we'll have an interactive session on situational leadership, coaching habit, the GROW model. And then we'll have those 4 personalized teach backs, and then we'll do a group checkout. And I'll always give reinforcement resources to make sure you have the ability to apply. So hopefully the next week, you're giving the GROW model a try. You're trying some of those questions from the coaching habit. You're diagnosing the confidence of your team members. So that's a little bit about the program. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, definitely reach out, Mike Sweeney at sabercoaching.com. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.